The reason I am so popular and I'm so famous is that there's a large contingent of men who don't want to wear makeup, who still want to make money, go to the gym, be strong, drive a fast car, be traditionally masculine, and don't want to be shamed for that, and they don't want to be called toxic for that. I believe that feeling depressed is real. I don't believe depression as a clinical disease is real, no. I know that feeling depressed is real. I believe that the number one power you have against these things are trying to take control of your own mind and affecting your own life. I believe that it's not healthy to hand over all your power and believe that depression is an outside disease that you can't affect. I've lived a very difficult life, and I know people who have, that the things that made them feel better is when they woke up and said, you know what, I'm not gonna allow this to damage me anymore. I'm gonna take responsibility, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna fight this. Should young men aspire to work very hard, have no criminal record, become multimillionaires, protect and provide for the women close to them, be sovereign so they can stand up and have their own points of view in face of cancellation, be able to not be mentally intimidated when they go on national TV and there's traps set up for them? Yeah, I believe that confident, strong men who stand up and protect and provide for women are a good thing for the world and a good force for the world. And I don't think that I put a magic spell on anybody. I think there's a whole bunch of men in the world who understands my value. And if men grow up to be like me, you're gonna have a whole bunch of people with no criminal record, dedicated athletes, who protect and provide for the people close to them, are fantastic for the economy. And I'm saying that my core tenets for the people who don't understand me are self-accountability, because I'm accountable for everything I've ever said. My core tenets are responsibility, so I'm responsible for everything I've said. My core tenets are traditional masculinity to a degree, which involves protecting and providing for women. I don't want to be seen as a negative influence in the world. I know that there's a whole bunch of men. I get thousands of emails a week from men whose lives I've saved. I get thousands of emails a week from men who are on the verge of suicide and I've saved their lives.
Instantly, my brain started turning to all of the things I need to do. I'm a man, I have responsibilities. For 93 days, I wasn't working. I started concerning myself with, okay, I'm about to get out of jail, thank God. I'm gonna leave. Who do I need to take care of? What's paid? Do I have any money left? Are bills due? Is mom okay? Are my children okay? And I just started thinking about work. And as soon as I got out, I didn't sleep for 3 days.
I don't know what it was about us that made us prioritize our friendship and prioritize being brothers above prioritizing relationships with women. Every woman who's ever been in my life and the women that are in my life now know that there is no choice between me and them. You know, if a girl was on my house at my house once on like a 4th date or 5th date, and she said, I don't like your brother. I said, that's a very strange thing to say. Why would you say that? I don't know, he seems rude. I just don't like him. I've watched him on the internet. I don't like your brother. I said, well, that's unfortunate, because this house is half my brother's house and he didn't pay millions of dollars for this house for people who don't like him to sit in it, so you got to go. Oh, but it's your house too, so fuck out. Like I will prioritize my friendship and my relationship with my brother above any woman. And I feel like that may be our superpower. The only difference is, I guess it may have been slightly harder for him because he was the older brother. He didn't have an older brother to look up to. I did. But in the same way, you know, with advice, with things in life, I've always had his back, especially since we've been adults. But as young kids, you know, I always had that older brother to look up to, which is why I actually spend a lot of my time answering questions and talking to like young men who ask me for advice, because, you know, I was very lucky to have Andrew. And a lot of people in this world are just growing up with no men to look up to. And I realized that, you know, myself and my brother and guys like you have become that figure that a lot of people on the internet look up to in an age where, you know, the masculine men are few and far between. I find it weird that there aren't more brothers like me and Andrew. And before the internet and before me and Andrew, I guess, started getting big 5 years ago, or started traveling the world, or started meeting people, we didn't realize how unusual it was. We really didn't. We thought, okay, we're brothers, we live together, let's work together, we're brothers. We thought that was so normal that it's shocking that I haven't met another pair of brothers like me and Andrew. I haven't met anyone with a brother who works together as well or as perfectly as me and Andrew do. And I just find that really hard to believe. And, you know, I tried to push this on younger people as well. You know, not just maybe your biological brother, but even your friends, like teaming up with other men and having strong male friendships with other dudes is one of the most important things in life. Like you get the idea of just being a complete lone wolf by yourself, I don't think is healthy, and I don't think it's the most effective way to live.